What is going on, everyone, and welcome to 24/7 Football, and it is the 29th of December, and we're getting really close now to the 1st of January 2020, which brings the end to this decade. So we've been taking you through the top 10 moments of this decade in football, and we've had a few good ones so far, and this one is no exception. You can make the case for other title races, but for me, I thought, obviously being involved in it as well, this was a fantastic title race, but from a neutral point of view as well, the standard was just so high. And have you ever seen, Ben, a title race where maybe not the leads changed hand all the time, but to keep that level of consistency and ending up for Liverpool to lose the title on 97 points, never been seen before.
Absolutely mental, to be fair. You look at the points tally that they both racked up, and I think it emphasised it this season that City, they've lost a few games, and Liverpool have ran away with it. Whereas last season it was just so tight. Both teams were winning every game. If you dropped 2 points, you'd be on top. If they dropped 2 points, Liverpool would be on top. Do you know what I mean? It was an incredible thing to watch from a neutral point of view. I can only imagine what it would have been like to take part in it. Obviously,
it was horrible.
It was an incredible amount of pressure on the players as well, knowing they had to win every game, and if they didn't, there was a big chance that the team below them would, overtake them. And like you said, it swapped hands so many times. That game at the Etihad as well, the game at Anfield as well, was so crucial, and looked like Liverpool had it for quite a long time. But I think the quality of obviously Manchester City came through in the end, and I think they got a little bit lucky with injuries. I know De Bruyne got injured, was quite out for quite a long part of the season, but defensively, we've seen it this season. They've had a few defensive injuries, and it's really come to bite them. And Vincent Kompany, obviously, when he scores that goal against Leicester,
that could have been a moment on its own. That could have been a moment on its own.
And I just think that there was just so many fantastic moments like that. Mahrez had missed penalty at Anfield. Yeah. That still, I think,
Origi winning it at Newcastle in the last minute.
Yeah.
To win 14 games on the bounce and win that Premier League, and it's almost one of them where you can say, Liverpool fans must have been gutted. I mean, it helped after the company one that they beat Barcelona in that comeback, which we spoke about earlier in this series, was unbelievable. But just to take part in it and see that level of consistency, both teams didn't really like each other, there's an element of respect for both of them.
Oh, 100%.
That is unbelievable. 14 games in a row.
Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp do really respect each other. I think they respect the fact that the two top quality managers, and they've got different styles of play, but ultimately they get, they're friends with the players respect them, the league respects them, and they get results. And I think they've got to respect each other for that. I think they are. I don't think they're even secret with their mates. I think
text. Jurgen, fans going for a beer.
Yeah, I reckon they do. Cheeky bit of.
Who do you think's better at FIFA? I think Guardiola. He's a perfectionist at everything.
Yeah, Pep, I reckon he'd proper go into the mechanics of the game.
He'd be the one doing his sliders and everything. I want my team width on 69. Because honestly, I think, but they are mates, and you are right, there's that element of respect there for each other. But, you go back to Vincent Kompany's screamer, and that was just unbelievable. And what a way to go out. And, both teams just going toe for toe. You didn't think Liverpool were going to win a game, and they would, and it puts the pressure back on City, and then they pull it out of the bag and they win. And it just seemed like, surely, at the start of the run, he thought it's inconceivable that both teams are going to win every game from now till the end of the season. And they did. And the quality was just immense. And that's for me, that's probably the best title race I've ever seen. There's been other title races, which have culminated in different moments. And United and Arsenal, I think of that all the time. Because they used to have some terrific rivalries, but that one truly went down to the wire and was exciting throughout, whereas others fizzle out a little bit, but that was non-stop action. Even down to the last day, Glenn Murray scoring for Brighton. Liverpool were champions for 1 minute and 12 seconds. And then David Silva flicks it through to Aguero, and then they're 1-1, and then they end up battering Brighton, but the quality, like you say, was another level above. And do you think we'll ever see anything like that again?
No, not for me. To be honest, I thought we might see it again this season based on the dominance of Manchester City, but like we said, like I mentioned earlier, the defensive issues they've got there, and dropping points like at Norwich, Newcastle, teams like that, I think it made us appreciate how unbelievably consistent both teams were last season. I just think that the Premier League's such a competitive league, and it's the best league in the world. There's absolutely no doubt about that, because anyone can beat anyone. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but that is true. But last season was just that anomaly that no one could beat Manchester City, no one could beat Liverpool. It was just unbelievable. And to be fair, well, for me, I think I agree. It was definitely the best title race I've ever seen.
I think it's Pep and Jurgen Klopp have really set that standard. We go back to City's 100-point season, which was again remarkable. And then Liverpool really rose to that challenge of that standard, and no one else has been able to get anywhere near it. And then both teams, and Liverpool again this year, they could go unbeaten. They've probably been beaten by the time this video comes out.
Maybe.
They've been fantastic. And while we're here now, 49 points to 14 points clear of Manchester City, and they could smash every record. So, is it becoming a Premier League where you have to be on that standard, and we're regularly going to see over 90 points every season?
Maybe we're just in a bit of a moment at the minute over the past few years.
Do you think it'll drop?
There's two dominant forces, but I think with the likes of Tottenham coming up under Mourinho, United might be on a bit of an upward curve now. Oldham obviously getting promoted this season. I just think it's going to change, and that's what I love about the Premier League. It's just incredibly unpredictable, and I don't think anyone would imagine that Liverpool would be so far ahead at this point in the season.
No.
Especially based on last season, unfortunately for you.
It's alright, mate. We've got the memories. You know what? It was worth it. It was worth it to win that title race.
Living in the past, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Liverpool fans have been doing that for the past 20 years. So they deserve it this time, and they're going to win the Premier League. You've just got. We've all got.
But is City going to win the Champions League?
Yeah, well, this is it.
When it comes round.
But I think we summed that up perfectly of just the brilliance of the Premier League.
I think
so let us know in the comments how you feel we did with that, and whether you think that actually should be lower or should be higher up in our list.
I think there's a lot of arguments for that.
There is, and it was ridiculously hard for us to choose as well. So we're getting into the top 3 now. So you can tune in tomorrow, and we'll reveal our 3rd place. And it was ridiculously hard to.
This is when it gets difficult.
It was ridiculous.
It was a pleasure to put them together because they really are. They bring back a lot of memories, and it's just fantastic to think about.
It was. Number 2 and number 1 were so hard. So keep an eye out for this series. We'll be back tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Like I said, check out Ben on social media. It's just unreal the content that goes on under there. And I will say as well, we're going to be more active during the new year. Obviously, we had a little break towards the end of this year. It's been. Catering to this many subscribers, Ben, is hard.
It's a big job, mate. It's a big job. You've done well.
476.
But they want more, and we need to give them more.
If you think about it, that's more than some non-league football clubs.
Now you get.
Put that into perspective. 500 subscriber giveaway. If we're not already there, check out our social medias. All the links are in the description. Come back tomorrow. Top 3. Let's go.